how big this is?
Well, this is big because the Santehene is looking at two things. Of course, 25 years after ascension on the golden stool, and of course, also marking a very significant event in the history of the Ashanti Kingdom. Of course, things that happened in 1874, 1896, and then 1911. So 1874, we are talking about the Battle of Otumfuo, which is popularly called the Sovereignty War. That is Sir Garnet Wolseley, the war that he waged on the Ashanti army after they have attacked, the British army at Otumfuo, and of course, a reprisal on 5th or 6th February 1874. The first one happened on 31st January 1874, and then the reprisal was on the 6th February 1874. So that was commemorated yesterday. It was a big event yesterday at the Great Hall, Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology, and of course, it climaxed with a book launch that was the history of the Ashanti, a book that was authored by Professor Tom McCaskey. Professor Tom McCaskey was in Ghana in 1968, and he's been doing a lot of comprehensive work on the Ashanti Kingdom. He has followed that trajectory, and so yesterday he took us down memory lane, telling us all that happened in 1874, 1896, and 1911. In fact, there was a revelation in 1896. Many of us only thought that the Sir Ajimai Prempeh I was arrested and taken to Seychelles, but he went further to state that there was another looting. When the British arrested Sir Ajimai Prempeh. So there are certain treasures that the Asante man need to rally behind the Asantehene so he could at least claim them. But now the barrier is the British laws, because even those that have already arrived, there's no guarantee that they will stay here for good. They will have to be returned after 3 years. That is what we've been told. Now, Professor Tom McCaskey is saying that we need to push for that law to be amended so we could get those things back for good. So it was a revelation yesterday, and of course also the reenactment of events of 1874, how the Sovereignty War happened and all of that by some cultural troop from the Center for National Culture here in Kumasi. I think it was a revelation. So it was a big event yesterday. Tomorrow, we are going to see a presentation of the artifact and a regalia to Santehene in public. Then, of course, there's also going to be a public display of that. Tomorrow, we understand we're going to celebrate the Kuntunkri Gada. That is, we're going to see the chiefs and everybody also going to Menshia wearing a black attire or maybe a black cloth, Kuntunkri. So that is exactly what we're going to see tomorrow. And of course, we know that a number of dignitaries are expected to grace the occasion. For the former president, John Dramani Mahama, is expected there. The current president, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, or the vice president is also expected to be there. A number of dignitaries who are expected to grace the occasion. But the Grand Deba will be in May, where the 25th anniversary of Otumfuo will be climaxed at the Baba Yara Sports Stadium.
Now, it will mean that this is making waves in the Ashanti region. Is that so? And then how connected are the people of the diaspora as well?
Well, it is. It is making waves in the Ashanti region. It's a big event in the Ashanti region. Yesterday, the Great Hall was filled to the brim. Everybody was interested just to know what happened in 1874. For people in the diaspora, well, it's more or less like homecoming. Already, there are people here already. I saw a number of foreign nationals, and of course, people also trace their roots to the Ashanti region and then other African countries. They've all come to really understand culture and also study and also learn more as far as the Ashanti tradition is concerned. Today, we see a number of them also arrive. Tomorrow, we are going to see a chunk of them at the Menshia Palace. And of course, also more coming to also grace, subsequent events. So yes, it is not only triggering interest here, but overseas as well.
Now, if we take a look at the lineup of activities, how do we have other traditional areas also involved, knowing that if you look at the Asante history, they had a lot of interfaces, whether in time of peace, in trading, or in war or conflict with other traditional areas as well. How are they involved in this?
Well, so internally, all the paramounts are taking active part in this and in this festive season, as far as the Menchia Palace is concerned.
How long?
But in May, we are going to see other traditional rulers also coming on board. For instance, the people or the traditional rulers from the Fanti, Eastern, Bono, and what have you, and then Gonja land, they are all coming in May to also kind of support the Santehene mark the 25th anniversary. From now till May, like somebody who have been following events in Menchia, I wouldn't be expecting other traditional rulers beyond the borders of Ashanti region to be taking active part in this kind, in events from now till May. But May, which is supposed to have the climax here, that's when we expect to see other traditional rulers from other traditional jurisdictions to also join Santehene mark or climax the 25th anniversary.
Okay, so the last question then is, 25 years of the Otumfuo, the Asantehene, also to the second. What's the whole vibe, the clarion call, and then also the expectations of him, or perhaps people's observation about his 25-year reign?
So beyond the array of achievement that the Santehene has chalked in terms of building peace, we know that he led, if for want of a better word, he played a leading role in ensuring that peace is actually is restored at Dagbon. And of course, currently he's also leading that same role to bring peace to Boko. We've also seen a number of times he's also needed to come in to or mediate when anytime we have some electoral impasse. Remember in 2012 election, he played a key role in ensuring that even before the Supreme Court verdict, he played a key role in ensuring that both parties are satisfied with whatever ruling that was going to be spelled out. Then, of course, in 2020 election petition, he also played a key role. In fact, publicly, the late former President Jerry John Rawlings also said that he, on many times, called a meeting between him and then former President John Otumfuo. So in terms of building peace, I think Santehene has done what a man has to do as far as his days on earth is concerned. Then in terms of education, we know that his foundation running a number of educational intervention programs in the hinterlands and also ensuring quality education and all of that. I mean, recently on health, we saw the role that he played in making sure that he called all the affluent in society and also other influential people to come and support Heal Konfanoche project. It's something that he's also doing. Now, in terms of international recognition, we all know that he was among the few kings who were invited during the ascension to the throne of King Charles and what have you. So, I mean, he's a man who has carved a niche for himself as far as tradition is concerned in and then outside the country. So, yes, I mean, people understand that and they accord him that level of respect.
Well, thank you, William Evans Nkuma, Bureau Chief in the Ashanti region, currently speaking to us from the capital, Kumasi. And it's where it's not only 25 years of the ascension to the throne of the current Otumfuo, or say to the second, but also marking an illustrious history, trying to do a recall, because we've had artifacts that we're told were forcibly seized or taken by the colonialists, the British, into their own museums, currently sitting there, brought home, and we're told that it's supposed to be in Asante for at least 3 years before they are returned, but ultimately great sight and sound. According to William Evans Inkom, many people from far and near, even from the diaspora, are in Asante to be able to witness this illustrious history being recalled. William Evans Inkom, thank you very much.